All right, all right, all right. Right now we've got the soon-to-be world-famous Chris James. We've talked to you once other time, but you know, I just wanted to get off on the right foot. It seemed that day we were having technical issues, and it just was an off day. But so let's go rehash a little bit on some questions I asked before. Uh, so what was it like living on the farms, Mr. James?
It wasn't too bad. I liked it. It's kind of remote and in the middle of nowhere. If you wanted to get away, you could get away. If you wanted to go and have some fun in the city, just a short drive to get to wherever you want to go. And sometimes it was a lot of really hard work, but yeah, we made it work.
That's what it's about. That is absolutely what it is about. And when did you take your music seriously?
I guess I started performing live about 2 years ago, and I after I got on American Idol, I was on American Idol on season 12, and I made it through a couple of the preliminary rounds. And I guess it was just then that kind of gave me the confidence to say, you know what, you're good enough to actually do this for a living. And that actually, so that's when I started to focus on it a little bit more. And I taught myself how to play piano to do solo gigs. And then a little later on, I taught myself how to play guitar, started learning some cover songs, and started gigging out all over town. So that's about the time that I started performing live. And I guess maybe about 6 months ago, I started recording and actually producing some of my own stuff that I've written. So it's pretty recent for me.
That's absolutely awesome, man. So I know that one of our biggest songs, that we like to play is "Better Not Break Down." But what song really, touches and impacts what you like to do as far as your style of country?
I really like that song, and I like a lot of the songs on that EP. That's why I chose them all, because I've written hundreds. But I chose those 5 songs for different reasons. But I think the one that really says the most about me and who I am is either "Better Not Break Down" or "What I Want to Do." They're just some fun dance songs you can just turn off, and they have really good beats. They have a lot of rock influences, and I really like that in my music. So yeah, definitely those songs for those reasons.
Awesome. Awesome. And I love your song that you have, "Tired," as well.
That song's really good. It was the first duet. I wanted to write a duet, and it was the first duet I've ever written, actually. And the song turned out really good. It has a little back and forth in it, and then the chorus kind of comes together at a certain point, and I just love the way it came together. And I didn't mean for it to come together like that, but it just kind of worked out perfect. But it's a great song.
So, how has your life changed since, American Idol? And what have you learned since then?
I learned that there are a lot more people out there singing than I first thought. A lot of extremely, extremely talented people out there just working really, really hard to try and make it. And I learned the competitive aspect of being a musician. And it is quite competitive out there. And I guess from what I've taken from that is just I've worked really hard on my songwriting, and I've worked really hard in the studio. And, it just pushes me to be a better musician, to fight harder for the things that I really want.
And, going back to the, "Better Not, Break Down," was that just a funny song that, you decided to, indulge in, or is that like a real-life experience that you went through?
Oh, that's definitely a real-life experience. I wrote that song because I was listening to the radio, and I heard this line sitting on my drop-tailed diamond tailgate, and I was like, man, I never had anything like that growing up. I had this, hoopty car that was given to me by my parents. So I wanted to write something fun. I wanted to write something that people could relate to. Not everyone was privileged and had really nice things, and I definitely didn't. And it's a funny song because it kind of talks about how when you get a vehicle, it's really nice, and after a while, there's a little bit of wear and tear, and then it's not so nice anymore. Then the song has a lot of funny aspects, and it's still like an upbeat, fun song. Yeah.
And that's what it's about sometimes, just having fun and everything. And you know that that one line still gets to me because I do a lot of shopping, and a lot of times I like good deals, and a lot of good deals I get, I have no idea where these people got their stuff from, and I really don't care. But I use Craigslist a lot as far as shopping wise, and when you said if somebody wanted it back, you must be on it just really where did you come up with that line?
I just picture this scenario in my head of like selling this car and finally getting rid of it, and then the person that buys it just not being happy with it and trying to give it right back. So that's kind of where that line came from, just visualizing that experience in my head. And what would I say to this guy if he tried to give me this busted up car back? I would tell him, hey, man, you must be on crack. I'm not taking that.
Exactly. You bought it as is, so deal with it.
Yeah.
So where can you see yourself? Let's fast forward 5 years from now, and even 3. Where could you see yourself? And what kind of crowds could you see yourself playing for?
I could definitely see myself as a big recording artist in about 3 to 5 years. I'd definitely like to be on tour, on the road, putting out my original music for the whole world to hear. I'd love to play in big arenas and stadiums. I'd love to play at the Grand Ole Opry for just big crowds. And even if it's just opening up for a bigger artist, I'd really just like the chance to have my music heard. And I think within the 3-5 year period, I can actually do that. So that's some of the goals and stuff that I'm working towards right now.
Well, I firmly believe that. I know you're an extremely talented artist, and you originally were selected off Reverb Nation due to the song "Better Not Break Down." I'm like, are you serious? I've never heard a track like this. It's different, and that's what is good when you find an artist that can actually, be different. Right before you, we had Rachel Lipsky, and she's got songs that are different as well. And I believe the new country era is not going to be the same old classic country that people are used to, and it's really going to develop into how people feel nowadays, and how things are changed and relate to real issues that come upon. So what are your feelings on that?
Yeah, I definitely think country is going in a different direction, and I think it's the perfect time for it to happen too, because country has kind of been the same and kind of saying the same things in a different way, using different lines and different words. But if you listen to most of the songs on the radio, they're all kind of talking about the same stuff. They're talking about being at a bar, meeting a girl, having a drink, and you can only say that in so many different ways. But what I really like now with country music, there's a lot of rock influence, and now they're starting with the hip-hop influence into country music, like with Sam Hunt and Florida Georgia Line and those guys. So, yeah, I like the direction that it's going, and I think I'm actually going sort of in that same direction towards being a little more new and developing my music in different aspects as far as like my rock influence and my hip-hop influence and stuff like that. So, yeah, I definitely think it's going in a good direction.
I agree. I think it's been I just don't feel it's been authentic. I mean, I've lived out, in the country per se, going on and off a good 15 years, at least 10. And, from what I see and what I hear to what I hear on the radio, I'm like, wait a second here. That's not matching. That's not even close. And I understand back in the day, you had to be censored on things. But now with the new age coming about and people being more in tune and more open to things, I think that there's going to be several country artists, not only, mixing genres, but also going different paths and talking about more real life stuff rather than going to a bar, because there's tons of people that go to the bar and meet the girl, but then again there's tons of people that go to the lake and meet the girl or have fun with their friends. It's changed.
Yeah, it definitely has.
So how do you feel social media has helped you as far as an artist?
It's definitely a way to get your music out there, and just a photo or a video, you can get shared and tossed around a lot quicker than you actually think, and I think it's a great way to promote your music and the things that you're doing. You have Facebook and you have Twitter, you have Instagram, and it's just all these different avenues to get you more exposure, because I guess in the old days, all you really had was radio and press. But now you can do a lot of this stuff yourself on social media, and it really does help out a lot.
And I'll agree. It does help out a lot. However, there are artists out there that don't belong, out there as well. But, I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. And, how has your life evolved, since you first started writing music? Because you said you've done over 100 songs.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely a better songwriter now. I have a lot more confidence in my writing. I have a lot more confidence in my playing skills. I've tried to develop interview skills and video skills and stuff like that, because when I first started, I really wasn't comfortable, talking about myself so much. It always made me uncomfortable to talk about myself, and then to also be on camera. I always felt like a little uncomfortable when I was being videotaped or something like that. So I think I've made big strides into becoming a better artist all around.
And what's one way that you you conquer your stage fright or camera fright?
Just doing it over and over again, trying out different things, see what works for you, see what doesn't work, and just keep trying everything over and over again and keep working on it.
So basically just being repetitive, really helps calm your nerves.
Yeah, just be repetitive, and you get used to it after a while. You do something for so long. It's even like starting a new job. You're a little nervous when you first start your new job, but not even a week into it, once you've done it a little bit, you become more comfortable and you start making friends, and you're able to talk and laugh and have fun with everyone. It's just kind of the same thing as being on camera. You just kind of get used to it after doing it so much.
Interesting take. I'll agree there. So what's been, happening new since last time that we've talked? Well, what have you been up to?
I've been doing a lot more writing, and I have been performing a whole lot more. I actually got picked up for a few music festivals, which is kind of nice. I did the Sonoris Music Festival here in Wilmington, North Carolina, where I'm from. Then I'm doing the Creedmoor Music Festival that's supposed to have over 10,000 people. And I recently got picked up by a label out of Nashville, Tennessee. So that's kind of exciting stuff that I'm working on right now. And they kind of have me in this artist development phase where they're developing me as an artist and really honing in my skills and everything that we need to do to take my career to the next level. So I've just been working really hard with those things lately.
Well, congratulations. That seems huge. I mean, just to have, a label, think that highly of you to you be a part of a development deal is phenomenal. I mean, there's so many artists out there that will never get that opportunity, and I'm sure you're making the most of it and, really honing to what they're saying, really, taking down notes and everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think the one thing that I'm most appreciative about the record label is the fact that it just legitimizes you as an artist. And I think people see me in a different light now once they hear that I've been picked up by this label, because they think, he's not just some random person who has a day job and he plays at a bar on a Friday night. He's actually taking this seriously. He has people behind him that are taking him seriously. So it's going to be a lot easier for me to get things like sponsors and stuff like that to really help focus my career and get the help that I need to get to where I want to be, because you can't do it yourself these days. And so yeah, it's just made me, given me legitimacy, I guess, and given me a lot more confidence as well.
However, you do know that in the reality of things, you know, even before you're on a label, you know, you work your tail off and everything. It's just people just envision something totally different than what actually is. But it's awesome that, you know, you were picked up and you were discovered, and people can now, you know, get a hold of your music and take you more seriously as an artist.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm extremely excited about that. I can't tell you how many times that I played in bars where it's more, people are more interested in drinking and getting wasted than even listening to the music, your background music. And I'm just excited to actually be in this position now where people can actually hear what I do, hear the things that I work so hard on, because I do. I work really hard, and many musicians work really hard to get their music heard. And now I feel like it's actually going to be heard instead of just being faded out in the background.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing worse. And I mean, I see it all the time myself. You know, people drinking, people texting, people doing this and that. And I understand how things are developed, but why would you go to a show and then not watch the artist? It makes no sense to me, to be honest with you. But then again, maybe I'm just old school. So I ask myself that question all the time. Even friends that come, they're more about trying to drink at the bar than actually listening to the show. But I guess you have to take the good with the bad, and those shows pay the bills. So yeah, exactly. But that's great news that, you know, you're growing and your music has grown and everything. You know, so where do you get your inspiration on writing new songs?
It just kind of comes to me throughout the day. I maybe think of a line or think of a subject or something that may seem kind of different that I may want to talk about, and I just I jot it down in the notes in my cell phone, or I jot it down on a piece of paper, and it normally just starts out as a line or two, maybe even a word or an idea, and then I develop the song around that idea or around that line.
And is making videos and everything, you said it, you know, as you get, you know, more comfortable in it, do you feel you're a video master as far as like your music now?
I would say I use a lot of the videos and stuff for things like Instagram and Facebook, and it is just a different way to get your music heard. And yeah, I'm more comfortable doing it now, and I've gotten a lot better at it.
Awesome. So, are you doing music videos as well, or just, you know, videos, you know, saying, hey, I'm, you know, Chris James, and listen to me here, play over here?
Oh, absolutely. I did a music video for my song In My Arms Tonight. My friend is a film student at one of the local community colleges here, so he wanted to shoot a music video for me for one of his classes, so I have one there. And the label is going to be working on some music videos and stuff for me pretty soon, too. So I'm excited to see what kind of comes from the songs that we decide to do a music video to. And I'm excited to do a music video. I've never done a fully produced music video, you know, at a big level. So I'm excited to see what it's going to look like.
Exactly, and I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. You've come a long way and everything. And In My Arms Tonight is a very beautiful song. I must, you know, admit. I played that so many times, you know, just in general. Be it, you know, on the air or just, hey, listen to this artist, you know? So what are you most grateful for, you know, now that you're a part of a development deal, you know, with the record label, and they're willing to help you out? What are you most grateful about in music?
I think I'm most grateful for the people who've supported me throughout these years, and that kind of stuck by me during all the hard times. And I'm really appreciative of my old music teachers that kind of took me under their wing and showed me a few things, and my friends that have been supportive. Yeah, absolutely. My hometown, I actually just did a interview with a lady from the local news journal, and I'm excited to let everyone from that area that I grew up in know about everything that's going on and kind of share this journey with them to come along with me.
Would you say life was hard, being that you're into music and being a musician? I know for a fact you don't always feel like you fit in because you're always worried about creating your next masterpiece.
Yeah, I would say it is tough as a musician, and one reason is because think about all the people who are actually doing it, and then the small amount of people who actually do make it. And just I've had so many people, even close friends, tell me, like, what are you doing with your life? Why are you still playing out at bars? You should be using your degree to go and do this, and you should have a big boy job. And it kind of, hearing that stuff is hard, No one wants to give up on their dream, but sometimes I even have close friends that have done it, things happen, and let's maybe get pregnant or just feel like you're ready to start a family. You have to give up your music career for things like that. And those things are legitimate things to give up something like this for, a family and a career, a wife, a husband, nice things, a car, a house. And a lot of people just don't get to the point where they make enough money as a musician, and it is really tough.
And I realize that. However, I have to turn the tables a little bit, and I have to say, well, now, people could laugh, or, prior to you getting this deal, people could laugh and say, well, go get a real career, go do something and everything. But at the end of the day, come down the line, I guarantee the majority, if not all the people that were saying that, are going to look back at their life and be like, well, I could have done this. Instead, I'm stuck in this deadbeat job, coming home to a wife that complains and everything of that sort. So it works both ways. But it's always good to, do something that you enjoy.
Absolutely, and I do enjoy it a lot. And that's, I don't know why I feel this way, but I've had friends. I still continue to hang out with some of these people that kind of told me, like, hey, what are you doing? This is a waste of time and stuff like that. And I look at them, and I almost don't even want to hang out with them or be their friend anymore, because in the back of my head, I'm like, I finally have started to, do something with my music, and I'm over you now. Like, you weren't a good friend to me, and I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with them feelings, nothing at all. I've gotten that way as well. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but there's going to always be haters, and there's always people that will be jealous of the great things that you have and want to do everything in their power to destroy what you have because they're too lazy to do it on their own. And that's the reality of it. It's crazy, but that's just how it goes. But
yeah, especially in a small town. If I gave any advice to anyone who wants to pursue music or actually wants to pursue anything, and growing up in a small town, I had a lot of people tell me, you can't do this or you can't do this, and it's just because, like you said, they're too lazy or don't want to work hard enough to do it themselves. So if I gave anyone any advice, I would say to, don't let small-minded people tell you what you can and can't do. Continue to work hard, and if you love it, something will come from it. You may not be the biggest superstar in the world, but at least you can make a living doing something that you love. And if you're still passionate about it, other people will get behind you and passionate about it. And, yeah, you'll finally do something with what you want to do. And I have a little fortune that I keep on the back of my phone. It says, from a fortune cookie, it says, catch on fire with enthusiasm, and people will come from miles to watch you burn. And it's my favorite fortune that I've ever found. I keep that right on the back of my phone. And I would give this advice to anyone: just keep pushing, and don't let small-minded people tell you that you can't do something.
Exactly. That, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You've done a lot. You've written a lot. Did your family support you?
Yeah, they're very supportive, especially my younger brother. My younger brother is kind of the person in my family that kind of holds us all together, and we play guitar, and we sing almost the whole time that we're together, anytime we're united. If we're not stuffing our face with food, we're playing music.
And what kind of crowd do you like to perform for? I know you said you've played in bars. Is the bar scene your thing, or it probably isn't? Based on what you said, do you like to play in front of your family and friends? Do you like to play out somewhere where no one knows you and you can lure them in? Or are you more of you ready to go to the big festival and let's go?
I like playing in all those different places that you talked of. One of my favorite places to play is just quiet places. It's all about the music. And there's a few places here that I really enjoy playing at. There's a place called Costello's. It's a small piano bar. And what I like about it is there's a seating area, and it does have a bar, but it's not, the main focus isn't on the bar. It's about the music. And people actually sit down, enjoy a cocktail, and actually listen and appreciate the music instead of drowning it out over their 16 shots they're taking.
So with that being said, and you like the piano bars and everything, and we already know, based on your songs, that you can do that. Would you say in the future you could go a route of maybe a Billy Joel or a Kid Rock or something of that sort, like mix the country with some piano?
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I haven't written anything like that before, but I'm totally down to do it. I'll try anything.
So, what inspires you to do music in general?
It's something that I love to do. It's something that I've always loved to do. I've loved to sing ever since I was a little kid, and I would just sing anything and everything and learn all these songs and sing it for my friends, sing it for my family. And I like the appreciation that people give you and responses that people get from your music. It's really nice to have someone listen to a song that you wrote and say, you know what, that really explains part of my life, and thank you so much for sharing that with me, because I've had a similar experience, and those things don't happen very often. When they do, it's really special for someone to say, like, I know exactly what you were talking about, I know exactly what you're going through, this song helped me in some sort of way. So things like that are always really nice to hear.
Yeah. I was in my car the other day, and I was thinking about Better Not Break Down. I was listening to the radio, and my car died. My battery died from listening to the radio, and I'm like, great, I don't know anybody in this area. I'm totally screwed. But
you should have put on Better Not Break Down.
I was already broke down. Momentarily, anyway. But it's always fun to speak with you, Mr. James, because you're very refreshing in your outlook in life and just in general. If you listen, anybody who's listened to your songs know that you're really real, and that's what they don't get from a lot of country artists out there.
Oh wow! Yeah, I'd love. Thanks for those comments. That's really nice of you.
I'm just being real with you.
I like to keep it real. I do. I like to keep it real, and I like to surround myself with real people as well. And I like to surround myself with positive people. And I think we talked a little bit before on the last interview about how, like, I'm just getting to a different place in my life where, like, a lot of my friends and stuff are still in the party stage, and I'm at the, stay home, write a song kind of phase. And I just, I'm really working towards surrounding myself with better, positive people. And I think that you're a lot like the people that you surround yourself with. And if you continue to just keep up in the scale for the people that, I'm not saying ditch everyone in your life, I'm just saying surround yourself with people that are going in the same direction as you, that have goals, and those people will lift you up.
Yeah, exactly. If you surround yourself with negativity, you're only going to get negativity. I mean, that's the reality of it. I mean, you can hang out with the worst of the worst and, refuse what they're doing, but at the same time, at some point, you got to wake up and be like, wait a second here. I'm with the wrong group of people. It's nothing against them. What they're doing works for them. But when it doesn't work for you and it doesn't work into what you've got planned or just somebody in general, then, ultimately it's not going to work out. I mean, so like you said, you're beyond the party stage and you're at the point of where you just want to write music and you just want to enjoy what you do and, really enjoy your fruits of your labor. Because you worked hard as a country artist and, all them times playing for bars. So I have no doubt that you'll succeed. I have no doubt that, you're going to knock everything out of the park, and at these festivals, you're going to really kick ass.
Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I'll keep working hard for you.
Well, I mean, it's just in general. I just like to see artists develop, and I like to see where they're at, down the line and see if they cracked or, if they stayed true to their roots. And it seems like you just keep pressing on and you keep working hard and it's starting to show, and that's what it's about. So if people wanted to hear your music, where can they go? And who would you like to thank? Who would you like to give a shout out to? Because I know your time is valuable and it's a Saturday.
Let's see. I would really like to give thanks to one of my music teachers. Her name's Greta Jackson. She actually pulled me out of choir quite a few times and really pulled me aside and taught me a few things about music because I had a really natural talent. I didn't know a whole lot about music. I was just a good singer. I didn't understand the whole theory and everything else behind it. So she kind of showed me a few things about music. So I'd really like to, and it was on her own time. She never charged me anything. I never paid her for anything. And she just always really supported me. And I'd really like to say thank you to her. If anyone wants to come and listen to me or wants to hear my music, I would love for people to come to the shows, the live shows. And those are always posted on Reverb, and they're posted on my website. If anyone wants to hear any music or see any videos, those are also on my website. It's musicchrisjames.com. You can also find stuff on Reverb as well. And a lot of the stuff is free. I give a lot of my music away for free. If someone wants to join the mailing list, it's chrisjamescountrymusic@gmail.com. I'll send you guys some free music if you just ask for it. So, yeah, and I'd like to thank everyone who's supported me so far. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all my fans. And I'm very thankful to the record label for showing an interest in me. And also Canary Management, my management team that works really hard for me as well. I'd like to say thank you to them.
Awesome. But, I really want to talk to you later on in the year, see how things are going and, see how you liked, the big spotlight now that you're going to be playing up at the big festivals and everything. And I'm sure you're going to have a lot of people, say that your music really touched their life and your song really impacted their day. Because better not break down alone. I'll tell you, there's so many people, that will be in the middle of nowhere and will break down. So.
Yeah, turn on the radio and hear "Better Not Break Down." Cross your fingers that you don't. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. All right. Well, go ahead.
Sorry, another thing I wanted to say is we are in the artist development stage of the record label, and we're looking for corporate sponsors. And so if anyone would like to be a corporate sponsor or like to make a donation towards the artist development, I would really appreciate that. And I can promise that we will represent your business and your logo with the utmost respect that it deserves. And, yeah, that's what we need to start pushing this on a little further. So if anyone's interested, just contact my management team or Canary Management @gmail.com, or contact me at chrisjamescountrymusic@gmail.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. James. It's always a pleasure, and you have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Ray. You too.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right. That was the phenomenal Chris James. If you never heard his song, Better Not Break Down, you are in for a treat. It's about the brand new truck that becomes beat up and it's a pleasure. Chris James is a very talented artist, and we're very happy to play him over, on 2localradio.com, and we're just thankful for all our fans as well. Always tune in to us every Saturday. We've got new interviews coming up and everything. We have over 200 interviews we're going to go through and tons more. Always check us out at the number 2localradio.com. All right, you take care. Everybody have a wonderful weekend.